Hello everyone, and welcome back to another part of Danganronpa. Well, we have Makoto just saying the ultimate despair, or thinking it anyway. I guess he's a bit fixated on this, but who wouldn't be at this time? Who is it gonna be? A group of people who caused the tragedy 1 year ago. Those same people put together this killing game and began broadcasting it across the world. The most desperately awful group of people ever.
Desperately awful.
So desperate, so awful. That is the mastermind's true identity. Our enemy has finally been revealed. Dun dun dun. But right now...
Right now, we have to get out of this horrible place.
I agree.
Figuring out the rest of the story can come after.
Yeah, you're right. I definitely agree. It's about time we got out of here.
Seriously, man.
Could we talk about this anywhere else once we got out of here?
Don't you have the key, Kyoko?
It's locked, but we have a way to open the door. I still have to go talk to her. So you want to open up the door for us, Kyoko? You still have that one thing? Monokuma's secret tool that you got from the headmaster's room?
Indeed.
Of course I do. It's an absolutely vital part of ensnaring the mastermind. I would never part with it.
And it can open any door in the school, right?
That's right.
That's right.
Yep.
She said it.
Oh. Then we should be able to use that on the door, right? Well, can we actually just use it, please?
Can you just do it already? Oh my god, we've been waiting
Kyoko, how
forever.
many times did I ask you?
Oh.
Hey, Kyoko, can we use that key of yours to open this door, right?
It's true.
Let's find out.
I wanted to find out like 20 minutes ago. But okay. Kyoko took out that key with the Monokuma design on it and slid it right into the keyhole. And then, click. Yes, it opened.
Indeed.
And now we can get out of here. Let's go.
It's about time. Sounds good. We quickly opened the door and made our escape from the garbage pit. Such a smelly garbage pit. Finally, we were finally free. But there wasn't even time to take a breath of relief, because the real fight had just begun.
Oh no.
Chapter 6. The ultimate pain, ultimate suffering, ultimate despair, ultimate execution, ultimate death. Oh my goodness.
Did you hear the Danganronpa?
Yeah, that's funny. After leaving the garbage pit, we found ourselves in a tunnel extending straight up, like a chimney.
Well, it's
isn't
a
that
garbage chute.
going to be difficult to scale? There was a metal ladder leading up into the tunnel.
Oh, well, there you go.
We started climbing the ladder, intent on reaching the surface.
It's going to be that little door.
Oh!
It's going to be that little door in the garbage room.
I like how she made Makoto go first. She wasn't taking any chances with that.
Well, obviously. But then the cameraman stayed behind.
Cameraman got a
usual.
good shot. The ladder was impossibly long. I couldn't even see where it ended. We climbed into darkness.
Her legs were incredibly long. I couldn't even see where they ended. In darkness.
Complete darkness, true. The passage was so dark and cramped, I couldn't even see my own feet beneath me.
Really? Because I can.
I mean, it doesn't look that dark, but sure. I had no idea we were so far down.
Don't lose your footing. If you slip, I won't be able to catch you.
Oh. Yeah, I'll be careful. But now that you said that, I'm getting kind of nervous. Of course, Makoto would. Liz also, I couldn't go second, because then he'd look up and then he'd get too scared.
Mm-hmm.
Or nervous and he'd just fall down. Be in shock. Maybe talking will help keep my mind off of it.
Why does this face...
So, Kyoko, my face just popped up behind my butt, and I want to know if there's something I can ask you. You said you're the ultimate detective, right? So, how long have you been doing detective work? Oh, there
How
we go.
long?
So...
Ever since I can remember. I come from a long line of detectives. I thought your dad was a headmaster.
Well, maybe her grandfather was.
Detective work is in my blood. There was a time when being a detective was considered a sacred duty. My family's always seen it that way.
Then, is your family famous? Detectives usually aren't famous unless it's like a fictional book, like Sherlock Holmes or something.
Wrong.
Quite the opposite, actually. Even among actual detectives, many people haven't heard of us.
Okay, even among other detectives are unheard of. Whatever. Huh? But how come? It's like your family tradition, right? So...
Right.
Because we take pride in it.
Unlike others who do it for the fame.
Mm-hmm.
Indeed.
A detective is neither light nor shadow. Well, obviously they're a person.
What am I thinking of? There's some quote I'm trying to think of about all the fame. Unlike all the others who get all the... It's a stupid Mario cartoon theme song. You know, unlike all the others who get all the fame, you'll be hooked on the brothers.
There's nothing that rhymes with
I know
thing.
there's not. It's something else that goes there. We're not like the others. I think maybe it doesn't even rhyme in the freaking thing.
That's dumb.
I don't remember. Post the actual lyrics if you know them in the comments or something. I'll probably look it up later.
I have no idea what it is.
You know what I'm talking about. It's a stupid live action like dance
but
sequence.
I didn't like
They did
watch that as a
song.
child, so I don't
It's
know
infamous. The detective is neither light nor shadow.
That was me.
Oh, well, you can say it now.
I did already.
Well, then why are you? You're just trying to get all the fame. You represent neither justice nor
That's
evil.
me again.
Oh God. This is good. It's good. Don't worry, guys.
We represent neither justice nor evil. That is how we can uncover the absolute truth. Don't you have to represent justice?
Well, if you're a detective, hopefully you are on the side of justice. I mean, I don't know what else you... Like, why wouldn't you be on the side of justice if you're a detective?
I don't know.
That's pretty much what the job involves.
Whatever.
Okay. I think you guys have an odd definition of detective.
Maybe she means that she's not, like, trying to punish the person. She's just after the truth. Like, I don't care what happens to the murderer, but I want to know who the murderer is.
I guess.
And it's just stupid. Let's continue. We stand neutral in all things, and to do that, we have to stand separate from the rest of society.
Well, yeah, if you're neutral and you're just trying to find out the truth, that's what justice is. Isn't it? I mean, okay.
Which is why we've made a conscious effort to conceal our existence.
All detectives have to conceal their existence from the world.
Look at, he's staring at her ass. It's like Byakuya all over
really
again.
badass. A conscious effort.
It's true.
It's kind of old-fashioned, and I can't say it's entirely rational. But it's our family creed,
right.
and we do what we must to protect it.
You're right, I guess I don't understand it.
Because, like I said, it's our source of pride.
Pride. So that explains... Before I came here, when I was looking up info about the school online, I never saw anything about her. Because she hid herself on purpose to protect the pride of her family. Well, all it meant was that she didn't bother posting about it online. Which isn't that hard to avoid, technically. Oh, whatever.
However,
And yet, I gave up some of that pride.
Hmm?
When I jumped in the garbage chute.
Yeah, I guess so.
In order to enter Hope's Peak, I had to reveal myself to the school.
Well,
wouldn't they have known who you are to, like, don't they have to
apply?
canvass to you? Right? Isn't that how it works?
That's how I thought it worked. Yeah, they scout you out.
Right.
So,
Okay.
whatever. I mean, small little details.
Wait. Her dad's the headmaster.
Well, maybe he wasn't a very present dad. Maybe he just, like, banged her mom and then left and
I guess
didn't even
so.
know he had a kid.
Okay.
We don't really know about the family.
Fair enough. I did it knowing it was something a true Kirigiri detective would never do.
But the reason you gave up that pride, the reason you would go so far to enter Hope's Peak, is because that's how much you want to reconnect with your dad, right? There's no shame in that.
Why is he just talking at her ass? Like, it's so awkward.
Well, technically he's like climbing up, so he's
I
like looking
know.
over his shoulder,
But
talking
it's
like that.
still awkward.
It is funny to look at though. Like the Byakuya scene.
And her face, this is her reaction. Reconnect? I had absolutely no desire to reconnect with my father.
Then what were you trying to do? Huh? But you'd be reuniting after all those years, right? You'd have had so much to talk about. Maybe you're just trying to find him for the child support.
wrong.
There's nothing I want to talk to my father about.
However,
There is something I want to say to him, though.
Really? What?
No matter what it takes, I have to find him and tell him face to face.
What is it?
So,
I want to sever all ties with him.
Really?
Well, but I thought they
Really?
were already severed. You just reconnected with him to tell
She
him
wanted
that?
to get the last word in or something? Is that really what's it about? I mean, talk about having pride. Jeez. Sever?
The last time I saw him, I was still very young. So I don't remember myself, but apparently he was extremely intelligent.
Okay.
He was in line to become the next head of the Kirigiri family. He was talented, he had a promising future,
however,
but he had no interest in detective work.
So
So he cut himself off from the family.
that's a little extreme. Just because you don't have interest in detective work, and I have to leave my entire family. You just couldn't find something else to do?
Not long after that, my mother died, and he simply ran away.
Damn, what a dick.
He went to my grandfather, and they had a huge argument, and young as I was, he left me behind.
I'm sure there was a reason for that. Not really. That's kind of a dick move. I'm sure your dad wanted to take you with him.
Right.
If that's true, then I need to thank him. Thank him for leaving me. Because unlike him, I take pride in the work I do. He probably takes pride in his work as a headmaster, or he did.
You want to be a school administrator? Who cares?
It's not like...
Why did that have to be some huge falling out? Is this just like Japan culture again? Like, oh, they had to be all traditional, like keep the same profession in the family, and oh god, he tried to break off and do something different, so it's the worst thing in the world.
And it's not like, well, I mean, it depends on the school, but it's not like he like went off to become like a murderer and do bad deeds, like opposite the detective. It's like he became
if he said he wanted to be like a the headmaster of a school, it seems like it's a very respected position. Like,
yeah,
there wouldn't be any shame in that. Then
again, this school is all about murder right now. So
well, it is now. I don't think it was before.
I don't think so either.
Unless maybe he like somehow started his own business and they didn't like trust him in the beginning. I don't know.
I take pride in my family name, the name of Vegeta. So every last part of me is happy he didn't take me with him. If I'd gone with him, I never would have had the chance to become a detective. Why not?
Also, how the hell should you become a detective at like whatever 18? Or
she's been doing it since she can remember. Excuse you.
I'm sorry.
Just like that child soldier who like ran off to Eastern Europe and like headed a whole army or whatever the hell.
Yeah. I was above Kyoko on the ladder, so I wasn't able to see her expression.
Okay.
So I couldn't tell. I couldn't see how she looked when she said that. What she might have been feeling.
You wouldn't have been able to tell anyway because she has no expression, remember?
All I could tell was that compared to her usual self, she was more talkative and more emotional.
Oh no. I don't blame him, you know. He had his own life to live.
It kind of sounds like you do, and, I wouldn't blame you for blaming him because that was a pretty stupid move.
But if you don't blame him, why the hell are you coming back? Just so you know, we're done. Like, who are you?
All right.
That's what anyone in my position might say, right? But it's not true. Oh, okay, never mind.
Okay.
However,
but there's one thing that I can never forgive.
Really?
so
The way everyone else looked at me. I was never sad about being left behind. Like I said, I think it was a good thing.
however,
But when the rest of my family looked at me, they saw something different. They only saw me as the little girl that was abandoned by her father.
Well, it sounds like your family was just kind of a terrible family overall, by the sounds of it.
That's how they see me even to this day. His shadow has been following me my entire life. I'm sick of it. I need him out of my life. I need to step out of his shadow.
Given the way your family reacted to everything, I kind of see his point more than anything of why he felt he had a need to leave his family behind. I mean, all honesty, he probably should have taken you with him. I don't know what that was about. That's definitely a little weird.
But maybe he knew she would have a better life.
I mean, I guess being raised by people who I guess she wanted to be a detective, but
he didn't know that at the time.
They viewed her this way, oh, she's just that girl that was abandoned by her father. It's it's your granddaughter. That's kind of a cold way of looking at her. Unless she just was feeling that for no reason.
She's a teenager.
Well, I don't know. This is too complicated.
correct.
That's why I have to find him and tell him we're no longer family. Oh my god. You haven't been family this entire time. This is just dumb. Kyoko, come on. In order to settle the past. In order to remove him from my life forever. Okay, so you're doing it for you. I have no doubt he forgot about me years ago.
But your family, to just cut him out like that.
He's already been cut off. Our only connection is through blood, nothing more. Are we connected by heart and soul? No.
Hey,
Is blood really enough to call someone family? No.
Only connected by blood, not by heart or soul? I was so shocked to hear her say something like that. I didn't know how to respond. So instead, I said nothing. Alright, sounds good, Makoto.
You should have said something dumb like, how's the weather?
I just
How about
kept
them
climbing the
Knicks?
ladder in complete silence. And after I don't know how long, we finally reached the top.
Some guy at my job does that all the time. How about them Knicks? Out of nowhere.
Ooh, look at this. Looks like this is it.
indeed.
On the other side of this door, Hope's Peak is waiting for us. That door is way bigger than I thought it was. Unless it's a different door.
We're back.
That's right.
Remember that hatch on the ground near the trash room?
This is it, finally.
I'm fairly certain that's where we'll come out. Me too. We are John Locke. Or Desmond, I guess.
Just like it.
I unlocked it earlier, so it should open without much trouble.
Wait, we could have just unlocked it. Oh, she had the key. That's right. Well, here goes nothing. I reached my right hand up and pushed against the hatch. And suddenly we're on the island. The hatch opened with ease, and so... Ah, here we are. Home sweet home. Looks like we're back.
But I can't believe how long that ladder was. I'm exhausted.
Can't exactly say we're safe and sound, but at least we're out of there. Now we're back in Hope Speak Academy. Kyoko, thank you. I never would have gotten out of there without you.
No thanks necessary. I was just returning the favor.
Okay then. Do you want to say anything else, Kyoko? Since I'm kind of in the habit now. So now what do you do? I'm glad I didn't die, of course, but if the mastermind finds out. And I'm worried about you too. You helped me, so they might...
Listen.
You're worried?
Yeah, of course.
So then.
Then let's just get a concrete answer.
Huh?
In other words.
Let's ask Monokuma if there's a problem with you escaping.
Well, technically there's nothing in the rules about it. Well, wait, that's...
However.
If we try to hide, it's only a matter of time till we're found out, and it's not like we can run away.
As she said that, she pointed at the nearby surveillance camera. So you're saying rather than stressing out over getting caught, we should just give up now?
Don't worry, what you think is going to happen isn't. Because the mastermind is the one that's ensnared.
The mastermind is ensnared?
Oh, Makoto.
You said something like that before. What does it mean?
What do you think it means? The mastermind stood exposed during the investigation into Makoto's death. There was a moment when the mastermind let their guard down.
There was?
Right.
If we can talk to Monokuma, we can confirm it. And it'll be better for us if we go to him directly before he tracks us down. That should help with our negotiations.
Okay, if you say so. You're the expert. I'm still a little... No, super uneasy about this. But we don't really have a choice, do we?
Indeed.
Monokuma should be in the gym.
Shall we go?
Let's get going.
Alright. I guess we're headed to the gym then.
Shall we go?
Shall we? Yes, we'll leave the area.
You know what word isn't used enough? Shan't.
I guess it's not.
I love it.
Well, I'm gonna make a very dramatic walk to the gym. So how do you think this is gonna go down?
Maybe Monokuma won't be there.
I don't know. Is he just like always in the gym?
It
seems like Byakuya was under that impression.
Yeah, I'm very confused about that. Maybe where are the rest of the students? Like, we're not gonna see them at all.
I don't know.
I guess they don't really hang out here anymore, but they used to.
There's not a lot of them left at this moment.
I know.
Especially the two of us going to see him.
Mm-hmm.
Maybe they're all in the gym for some reason.
They could be. Do you think Byakuya has started his reign of terror?
I don't know. I guess we'll see soon enough. Okay, into the gym.
Well now.
Uh-oh, here he is. Kyoko, I don't mind so much.
I don't believe it!
But Makoto is supposed to be dead. What's he doing here? That's exactly how I thought he'd react. Are we really gonna be okay? You were supposed to be punished. Did Kyoko help you?
What?
So what if I did? What will you do?
If the guilty party is exposed during the class trial, they alone will be executed. It's unfortunate, but that is the rule.
Making me angry!
Uh-oh. So now I gotta punish you again, and this time I won't leave anything to chance. Kyoko.
Right.
Do whatever you feel you have to.
What? What? Kyoko.
But before you do, let me just say one thing.
No.
If you execute Makoto, that means you lose. Not that that matters to you, right?
Huh? Huh? I lose? You, explain yourself. What do you mean by that?
Because.
Well, you set up this latest class trial yourself, right? I was getting in your way, so you wanted an excuse to kill me.
In other words.
I was supposed to be chosen as the blackened and then executed, right?
Hey, what are you talking about?
However.
But when Makoto chose to overlook my lie, your plan came crashing down. The results of the trial weren't at all what you were expecting. Because you never imagined that in that position, one person would protect another like that.
Right.
And in response to that unexpected development,
Indeed.
you reacted by proclaiming Makoto the blackened and trying to execute him.
Which didn't go over so well.
You made the choice out of desperation. No, more than that. You must have realized that Makoto, who refused to be manipulated, was a threat to you as well.
However,
But then there was another unexpected development waiting for you. An entity that would throw a wrench, so to speak, in your precious execution machinery.
Alter ego?
You never imagined the possibility of a being that could come to our aid even after you'd killed it.
am I wrong?
Now here's the absolute truth. Makoto didn't kill Mikuru. You did.
Oh, snap.
Listen to me.
So executing Makoto for it would surely be a violation of your rules, which I know you love so much. If the blackened is exposed, they alone will be executed. That's what you told us, right?
That is what he said. And that means I lose. You talk a big game. You're saying that the blackened is me and not Makoto?
Well,
And you can prove this, right?
Well,
No, I can't.
Don't just say it like that. What is this, a comedy routine? To make such bold claims without a shred of evidence.
that doesn't matter.
I don't have any right now, but with a little more time I guarantee I'll find some.
That's right.
Because no matter how deeply you try to bury it, there is only ever one absolute truth.
boom, boom.
And now you're trying to talk like some kind of famous detective type.
Because
If Makoto really was the killer, he never would have come to you willingly like this. He would have feared for his life, feared another execution. He would have tried to run and hide. He would have been gripped by the despair you so love to inspire.
however,
But here we are, confronting you with nothing but hope in our hearts.
What the
Oh, damn. And that's supposed to be enough to convince me in the absence of evidence?
indeed.
It's not you I'm trying to convince.
Hey,
If you were to execute Makoto now, everyone out there watching this would be extremely displeased.
Oh, okay. Everyone watching this reality TV show. Huh?
indeed.
Imagine what everyone out there would think if you killed Makoto. They would assume that you killed him because what we said is exactly right.
Yes.
Listen to me.
Despair can never kill hope.
Hey,
Of course, you can say we're just making this all up. You're welcome to prove us wrong.
Yeah, but your ratings will plummet.
No, you have no choice but to prove it. Because if you kill Makoto without proving your own innocence, you'll be accepting your own defeat.
Oh, he is not pleased.
If you want to earn our despair fair and square,
that's what we have
then
to
I
do.
suggest you take my advice.
So what is this advice of yours?
It's true.
To do Makuro's trial over again.
Oh, redo.
Only this time, you followed school regulations to ensure a fair trial.
It's
Ah.
time for one last showdown. One final battle between hope and despair.
Ooh.
Hey,
Well, that would make for a proper climax, wouldn't you say?
A fair trial. One last showdown. In other words, this would be our chance to expose the true identity of Makuru's killer. Of the mastermind themselves. But what reason would the mastermind have to accept the challenge? They'll probably just execute me without another word. Or will they? Ooh, it's on. Interesting.
Barrett!
Very interesting indeed. Barry?
What's wrong?
Well, I was getting bored, so I decided to change things up a little. So time for bear jokes. Now, what you suggested might be plausible. It would certainly make for one honey of a climax.
in other words,
Does that mean you accept?
You guys!
If we do things your way, that'll be enough to convince you and the viewers, right? And it would cause you unbearable despair, right? Then I'm prepared to agree to your terms. Will your hope win out? Or will my despair claim victory?
I can barely contain myself!
Let's have one final grisly showdown. He agreed. Then we still have a shot at this.
Barrett!
But this is the long-awaited climax, right? Just guessing the killer's barely a fitting end.
You guys!
So for this final face-off, you'll have to unearth all the mysteries that have been buried here. All the mysteries? That's right. Every last mystery that's pulling around the school. If you can do that,
I can barely contain myself!
then that'll be enough to qualify as a victory from you.
On
it's
qualified.
true.
That's good. Very clever, Monokuma.
That's what we've been trying to do all along.
Okay. Well, good. Then let's bear it all. If you can claw your way to the truth of Makuru's death and solve the mysteries of the school,
You guys!
then you win. But if you can't do all of that,
We'll all face execution, right?
I can barely contain my excitement. When you learn the whole truth, what kind of despair will you show me?
We're as excited as you are, I'm sure.
Listen to me.
When we've uncovered every last truth, how will the ultimate despair reveal their own despair?
I honestly can't believe how this has all turned out.
Hey,
But before we get started, I want to clarify one more thing. Do you remember the rule?
Which one?
When one student kills another, that's when a class trial is held.
Oh, that's true.
What's wrong?
I remember that for sure. So what?
hey,
I just want to confirm that is what you said, right? And it's a true statement?
Yeah, so they didn't follow their own rule. Because if it's a student that's controlling Monokuma, then they originally killed the student way back in the beginning of the game and they didn't do anything about it.
Spoilers.
Well, we already know that for a fact.
I guess that's true.
We saw Junko die,
Yeah.
and there was no trial for it, even though if it was a student that's controlling
Right,
Monokuma,
right,
technically
right.
a student killed him.
Okay.
Alright, so let's see. You don't have to be so suspicious. I've said it before, but it bears repeating. Everything is based on the school regulations. And having a trial for Makuro is no exception to that. Huh? Makuro's trial is no exception? Then it's a part of the regulations. Which would have to mean that whoever killed Makuro... It's a very polarizing approach. I know. But okay, enough puns. Anyway, here's a hint. I'm sure I told you this already, but... This killing game began with the 16 participants, all of them high school students. And the only people that take a single step in Hope's Peak since the killing game began are those 16 students.
And a bear robot.
Yeah. What?
listen.
Are you telling the truth?
Yeah, I guess so. Why'd he go so quiet all of a sudden? He basically said this before anyway, so it's not really a surprise.
Now I'm really angry.
Okay. I'm done talking. I got nothing left to say to you. So get lost, would ya? Why so mad?
Whew.
He seems emotionally unstable.
Yeah, for sure. Leave me alone. Get out of here. Okay, I'm going. You're really gonna let me go? I don't even care anymore. You're all gonna get your punishment later anyway. I need to start getting it ready. A super duper extra special punishment. Overflowing with despair. Uh-huh.
Hey,
Come on, Makoto, let's go.
Okay. What? Monokuma's unstable laughter seemed to cling to us as we walked away.
Every time you make that sound, I'm picturing when Winnie the Pooh was stuck in the window in Kingdom Hearts and they had to pull him out.
I hated that game. I hated that scene.
I know.
And just like that, we were out of the gym.
Stuck in the window.
We're gonna be okay. Well, looks like we have our job cut out for us. I could hardly believe it, but somehow I ended up not getting executed. I still had my life and we still had a chance. Overall, things turned out way better than expected. 10 out of 10. Kyoko? Once again, I was in Kyoko's debt. Alright. So that went pretty well, all things considered.
True.
But Kyoko's being awfully quiet. I wonder if everything's alright. Well, I guess we'll find out and we'll start an investigation soon enough. Until then, guys, take care.